Hello! Today we're gonna talk about the dumbest things that I spent money on in college. This is essentially just gonna be a roast of myself because I am so frugal now. Like, I save 50% of my paycheck, I diversify my investments into index funds, some volatile stocks, and broad ETFs, and throw money into my 401k. So I just want to say I'm not like this anymore. I just need to put this disclaimer out. But yeah, I guess Priya, like a couple years ago, just had less brain cells. But let's go through all of the dumb purchases I made during my time at uchicago. And I will sprinkle in some financial literacy points and little financial golden nuggets so you don't make the same mistakes I did. And this would be a semi-educational video. Let's get straight into it. I'd say the first one has to be vending machines. I know how dumb this sounds, okay? I know, but I lived in Max P, which if you're at uchicago or go there, you know it's like this dorm that's central to campus, and it was almost like a hotel where they literally had like a section of like vending machines and drinks inside the dorm, and they had like these big Rice Krispies, and I was so lazy. Like, I don't know why I just didn't Amazon like a massive Rice Krispie thing and leave it in my room. Like, I wanted to feel good about myself that I didn't have that kind of junk food in my room, but then I would go to the vending machine and buy 2 of them like every night. I did that for a month where I would just buy like chips and Rice Krispies, always Rice Krispies out of that vending machine, and I spent like $50 over the span of 20 days at one vending machine. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous. It is so dumb. And this kind of ties into my other point of like convenience stores on campus. We had a very convenient store on campus that was open until 3 a.m. and they had snacks, but for it to be profitable, like a store like that, literally on uchicago's campus, owned by uchicago, they marked up prices. Like, it's not like a wholesaling where Costco orders like thousands and thousands of pellets of the same food. So the prices were so marked up that the same Rice Krispie probably would have been like $2.50 there and $2.50 in the vending machine, but like the actual wholesale price would be like 30 cents. I don't know, something like that. So yeah, I think the convenience of vending machines and convenience of stores like that on campus that are open at midnight or after midnight, just so bad.
Just
don't
do it!
The second is in the same vein where I purchased a lot of food outside the dining hall, like while I had an unlimited dining plan, which is like very expensive. It's about $2,600 per quarter, which comes out to around $800+ every single month just for the dining hall. And they have great food like breakfast, lunch, dinner, coffee, everything. So I don't know why I just didn't go eat at the dining hall, but then I kept eating at like campus coffee shops and like Pret and Starbucks, and like, I don't know why I did this. Like, I don't know what I thought I was achieving by not going to the dining hall, which is literally like probably like a 2-minute walk away from any of these campus coffee shops. Like, there was some dining hall that I could have went to and I didn't go to it because I'm stupid. Don't spend your money if you're on an unlimited plan in the dining hall. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Just a quick interjection to remind you to smash that like button. Every like button that you hit, I will be better at spending. I don't know how to measure that, but you know, hit the like button, subscribe down below, and if you have any video ideas, don't forget to comment them down below, and thank you so much. The third, this is also, again, a very, very dumb expense, but I spent money on Ubers like to campus my first year, and like after that as well to like downtown, which take the bus. There are shuttles on campus that take you where you need to go, but for some reason, like, it's so dumb, but like my first year on campus, I did not do well. Like, I just was not doing well in any sense of the word. I like wouldn't go to physics class, but I knew there was like a physics problem set that was due at the end of class, so I would Uber to the physics building from my dorm, which was like a mile away. I would submit the physics problem set and I would take the same Uber back to my dorm. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I was like 17, so I guess I'm gonna give myself some slack, but why would you do that? Why would anyone do that?
Stop it. Get some help.
After my first year, I feel like I got a bit more of a brain, but even then, like I Ubered downtown, and if you're splitting an Uber with your friends, because we went downtown pretty often, it's like 20 minutes away. So if you're splitting with your friends, it's all right, you know, but if it's just you and one of your friends and it's like a $30 Uber to get downtown versus a free CTA ride, a free ride on the train, because we have a pass that uchicago gives us that's built into tuition where you just get unlimited rides on CTA. I could have just used that. It's an extra 10 minutes. But if it was cold, I didn't want to wait there at the subway. I don't know what I was thinking. I really should not have Ubered. I don't Uber anymore, like ever. I mean, I have a car. Okay, I live in Florida and I have a car, so it's different. But I very rarely Uber. And even like, you know, my last year on campus, I really just used CTA for everything. So you learn as you go, but that's something you really want to keep in mind because Ubers add up so quickly. Same goes for Uber Eats. That adds up so quickly. And I know if it's like super snowy outside, you don't want to go out, but like just go out and save like the $8 of like random fees that they just keep adding onto your check. I know I was talking about Uber, but now I went into food delivery, but like it's the same thing. Like just don't do any of it. It's not worth it. Go to the dining hall. This portion of the video is sponsored by Not My Mother, so if you're my mother, please skip to this timestamp. I'd say one of the expenses is definitely alcohol. Like when you're young, you know, you just do things. And I would say like, don't buy drinks at restaurants. Like, you know, we would go to fancy restaurants like in junior, senior year over the weekend. And alcohol is like, it's like $15 for a glass of like Prosecco that you could literally buy the entire bottle for $15 at any liquor store. So just be careful when it comes to alcohol and like don't spend. Oh, my cat's here. She agrees. She doesn't like alcohol. But yeah, I'd say like, you know, when it comes to things like alcohol, fake IDs, like all of those things, like try to limit your expenses. And again, like you don't want to buy like disgusting alcohol. So it's hard, but like that's definitely one of the purchases and things that I regret. So if you are going out to restaurants, bars, or like whatever, just like drink it at home and then go to the restaurant or bar. Okay, I'm just saying. I'd say the fifth one has to be textbooks. I am telling you, I got swindled when it comes to textbooks on campus because I would always go to the campus stores and just buy textbooks, like the used textbooks or even the new textbooks. Like they're so expensive and you can just buy those textbooks off of Amazon for like $2, especially if you're doing any social science or humanities class. You could get all those books, like, you know, by Adam Smith, Kant, Nietzsche, like they're all on Amazon. Like these books are hundreds of years old. Someone has a copy somewhere. It doesn't matter if it's written in, like it's $2 versus like the $15 version in the campus bookstore. And you're not even supporting like locally owned bookstores. It's a Barnes and Nobles. Like just buy your textbooks off of Amazon. I know how that sounds, like not wanting to support Barnes and Nobles, but then supporting Amazon. Capitalism is hard, but it's $2 on Amazon. Maybe a couple bucks for shipping, but it's always going to be cheaper if you just buy it used off Amazon. Buy it off of someone else on campus, which even then you could get swindled. I spent $130 to buy physics textbooks off of someone else, and literally a week later, someone posted on the textbook exchange, they were like, yeah, selling books for $40, the same thing. So you could get swindled there too. So just keep it open mind when it comes to textbooks and plan ahead. If your class is the next day, you can't order off Amazon, you go to the bookstore, but try to plan ahead and look at the course syllabus ahead of time. Like, you know, give yourself a week, order everything online. The next one is thinking I'm productive going to coffee shops. Like, yes, I am I still feel that, like to this day, I still go to coffee shops. I just feel more productive sitting in a different environment. But like, you don't have to buy like an $8 latte every single time, especially if it's on campus. They don't expect you to buy stuff every time you go to a campus coffee shop. Just go sit there, get your own coffee, buy a Mr. Coffee Maker for 15 bucks. Just do it yourself. Just do it yourself. You're gonna save so much money. It's gonna taste the same. Buy a milk frother for 12 bucks if you want the fancy latte thing or cappuccinos or whatever. And just make it, put it in your tumbler and take it to the coffee shop. Like make your own coffee and then take it to a coffee shop and study there. And if you really need to buy something to feel productive, like that's called consumerism and you don't want to be part of that. Like, come on. the economy needs help, but it doesn't need that much help from broke college students. So, you know? So yes, you can go to coffee shops and everything, but really like when you add everything up, if you buy like a $5 latte every single day that you study in a coffee shop, that's $150 every month that you're spending like on lattes that like could easily be condensed down to like $15 if you just made all of the coffee at home and just took it to campus. Another thing is just gonna be like materialism. When you're on campus and you see people in like fancy Canada Goose jackets, very specific to UChicago and probably any school that's kind of cold, or when you see people going to formal with all of those really pretty dresses, or if you're just in a sorority and you have to buy dresses like for bid days, recruitment, and every quarter there's a formal, it just keeps adding up. And like, you don't need to keep buying new dresses or fancy jackets or like any of those materialistic goods just because you see it on someone else, but that's just how consumerism works. So that happens. And I think I wasted a lot of money when it comes to formal dresses specifically. That keeps adding up if you buy a new one each quarter and you just justify it with, oh, I already have a picture in this or whatever. I don't even know where they end up going. Like they just go into a black hole where like nothing ever comes out and you don't know where it is. It's like how you lose socks in like the laundry machine. Like I don't know where half the stuff I bought even is right now. And I feel like I donate like trash bags full of items regularly and it was probably in there. Like, you know, all my stuff left in the donation piles, which is good to donate, but you don't need to consume that sort of fast fashion when you're on a college campus. Like just, that's a place where you could save a lot. So just catching yourself, I think budgeting is super important. I have a video on college budgeting and other ways to save money in college, so I definitely recommend checking that out, linked above. But yeah, let's move on to the last one, which is breaking technology. So I actually broke my MacBook Pro second year of college, and I actually had a great campus job where I researched for one of the deans. It was history research, and he didn't really expect me to work all of the hours. It was more about getting all the work done, and I get a lump sum for working 100 hours each quarter, which is 10 hours a week. So I feel like I kind of just had excess money. So I bought a new MacBook Pro that same week. It was water damaged. Like I broke that MacBook Pro because it was raining outside and I just like left my bag open. It was raining pretty badly and it was just water damage in the MacBook Pro. And in that same vein, I've actually broken my MacBook screen as well, which is $400. So I had to replace a MacBook Pro. Then later I had to replace a screen, which was $400 because I'm cheap and I didn't buy Apple insurance. And then I've broken my phone screen more times than I can count. I'm just one of those people. Like I've come to accept it. Like I've broken so many headphones in my life and I don't even know how I've done it. But like I break everything I touch when it comes to technology. So just getting insurance or just not being dumb, which that's hard for me. Like even now, like I still break things and I don't know how it happens, but it just does. It wasn't that I bought a lot of new technology to keep up with trends or anything. It was more just not taking care of it as well as I should have. That's pretty much it for my video on the dumbest purchases I've ever made. And I'm sure there's a lot more. Like, I feel like there's definitely a lot more, but these are the general categories that I think a lot of people end up spending in, and it all just adds up so quickly. So just download Mint Mobile or something like that. Keep track of your spending. Also, investing is really important. So if you want a video on that, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys at the next video.